What up, YouTube? It's your boy Vic, NYC82. Today I'm coming at you with another watch review video. Me looking at this guy. This is the Nixon Dork Too. And that's two as in the word two, T-O-O, not the number two. So before I get into this review, I just want to say a couple days ago we did hit 100 subscribers on the channel. By the time this video comes out, it'll be a few weeks because of the way I schedule my videos. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed, who comments, who shares. It means a lot. When I started this a little over a year ago now, I sure as hell didn't think I would get one subscriber, let alone 100. So it really means a lot. Thank you for the continued support. And I promise to keep trying to get better at this. I'm not a professional, but I do what I can. So with that said, let's get into this review. So this is the box that the Dork 2 comes in. This is, those who don't know, that is Nixon's logo. So just a little bit about Nixon. They're founded in 1997. They're headquartered in Encinitas, California. For those of you who don't know, if you've never been on Nixon's website, they're kind of like a lifestyle designer brand, kind of. I think more towards like the surf crowd. A lot of their website is geared towards that. A lot of the designs are a little out there, a little radical. Some are gimmicky, some are cool. But one thing I can always say about Nixon watches, and I've owned a few through the years, they hold up pretty well. They actually build a good product. I have no complaints about any of my Nixon watches. Like I said, I've owned a few throughout the years. I've sold a few throughout the years. And they're actually pretty sought after on the market, especially the models that aren't made anymore. I remember I sold a Nixon Player a while back, and I got a pretty decent amount of money back for it. It was a model that's not made anymore. It's pretty sought after. It was the metal one at that. So enough rambling. This is the box that you get. Pretty standard box. You push back here. Push your phone back. You open your box. It's the tag. You get a USB cable. Now, the Dork 2 is not a smartwatch, but because of what it can do, all the speaking and the LED and all that stuff, it just doesn't have a regular watch battery in there. So you do have to charge it. I've been searching around, even in the instructions, there really isn't nothing about how much power reserve you get out of a full charge. But I can tell you that I've had this thing sitting in my watch box for a week or so, and it's still going. It does give you a low battery warning when it reaches 20%. I've never gotten to that point, so I honestly don't know what it looks like. I don't know if it's a sound or whatever. Given the kind of uniqueness about this watch, I wouldn't doubt if that's what it is. But yeah, it does, and it's just a regular micro USB. So I just leave with this one in the box in case I did ever decide to sell this. It's in there, and I don't have to worry about it. I have plenty of micro USBs. But yeah, get your instructions and your other stuff, and you get some extra links. Now, I did have to remove a link when I got this, but there were already extra ones in the baggie that I guess they come out of the factory like that. So it looks like they don't size them too big right out of the factory. But it's pretty cool. So decently equipped. Nothing to brag about, but at least they do that. At least they give you an actual instruction thing, which I don't know. Seems like these days a lot of companies are shying away from that. But this watch costs about $150 brand new. Like I said, you can search eBay, you can search Amazon for it. It may not cost you that much. One thing I will say, if you do go pre-owned with this, don't pay more than $150, because you will see some of them out there inflated on the price. If you can get it brand new, just get it brand new. Yeah, don't pay more than $150 for this watch, because for as cool as it is, I wouldn't pay more than $150 for it. But yeah, you know how some guys, some sellers on eBay, man, they just like to really inflate those prices on used things. And you know, this watch is not hard to find. You can still find these. Nixon still carries them on the website, and I will link it in the description of the video. But let's get into some of the specs. So this is the Nixon Dork Too, everyone. You see these little holes on the watch? They're there because this watch can do this.
22, 21.
Tells you the time. How cool is that? A watch that actually can tell you the time. It does more than that. If you press one of these buttons here.
Saturday, April 25, 2020. 22, 21. 22, 22.
So that's really all you get. You get date, you get the time, you get the date. The date window is this when you push this button here, the first button to the side. You push it once, you get the day, you get the month and day. You don't get the year, but there's a computer in there. So, or the chip, I should say. So it knows, you know, based on the chip that, you know, all the information that's pre-programmed in there. It knows what year it is, and it knows what day of the week it is when you set that. So,
Saturday,
yeah.
April 25, 2020.
So it knows it right off the bat, because you do set the year when you're setting the watch up, but then you never see it again. So it just knows off the calendar that's pre-programmed in there what day of the week it is. It does have an LED, and I'll put that in the corner. And you know, it's not the brightest LED you know, display, but it gets the job done. You can see it in the dark, you can tell the time, and of course you really don't even have to do that because you can do this.
22, 23.
I mean, how cool is that? I mean, I'm really like this watch. It's cool, man. I really like the design of it. I kind of see it as looks like kind of one of those old answering machines. You know, I grew up in the 90s and we had an answering machine, and this kind of looks like it reminds me of that. All right, so the Dork 2 is made out of stainless steel. Obviously this one is painted black. This little LCD display here, middle crystal, so you want to take it easy on it. You do get a 12 to 24 hour display on it. I, being an ex-military guy, I'm just used to 24 hour time, so that's how I always leave it. You do get a backlight, like I mentioned earlier. I'll put that up on the corner. Backlight is decent, it's good enough. The watch is comfortable. It's not really a huge watch. You know, this is what it looks like on wrist. You know, move that around for y'all. You know, it's not a huge watch. I don't have the biggest wrist in the world. And it's comfortable. This metal bracelet is very comfortable. I have a Seiko Turtle, as a matter of fact, and I had to take the bracelet off. I couldn't. I had to put it on the NATO. I was doing the bracelet on that for a while, and it was just so uncomfortable. But you know, that's a way more expensive watch than this is, and this has the better band. Go figure, right? But yeah, it doesn't feel that heavy. Like as I mentioned, you have to charge it with a micro USB port, and this is your charge here on the side. One of the cool things about this watch, you know, Nixon gave this watch, when they programmed it, they gave it a lot of personality. So you know, on Fridays it sounds excited. On Sundays it sounds a little depressed. When it's fully charged, it will yell out dork. And the first time I heard it, it threw me off. I was like, man, what was that?
You've completely filled my batteries.
And then I realized it was the watch. It does have a chime, an hourly chime, but it is not like a regular beep, like on a, let's say, a Casio watch. Matter of fact, let me play a sound for you so you can hear it for yourself. So yeah, I choose to leave my chime off because I don't want to be hearing that all night, especially on the hour. You know, you're asleep at 2 or 3 in the morning and you just hear dork. That would get on my nerves. But the watch is listed at 45 millimeters long, 14 millimeters thick. I measured mine when I got it with my calipers. I measured 44, by 33 by 12. The lugs are 22 millimeters apart. But oh, very important. This watch has no water rating. Do not get this watch wet. You will regret it. No water rating. That is like one of the big things Nixon stresses out. Even when you go on their website and look at this watch, no water rating. So do not get this one wet. You know, Nixon is kind of like a surf brand, so a lot of their watches are tough, but this one, because of the nature of it, it's a little more on the delicate side. So you do not want to get this wet. You will kill the watch. But yeah, there's not much more to it than that. It comes the instruction manual. It's not even really a manual. It's just a big long sheet with it's really just 4 steps to set it all up. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's not complicated, so I'm not going to get into it in this video. But you know, overall, cool watch, easy to use, easy to set up, and you know, how cool is this?
22, 32.
I just don't get tired of it, man. Every time I wear this, you know, it gets looks, it gets attention. And you know, it's a conversation starter. It's a cool piece to have, and I'm very happy to have it. So this is just gonna be a quick review, guys and girls. So with that, let me give you my final thoughts. So guys, overall, my overall impressions on the Nixon Dork Too. I like this watch. I think it's functional. I think it has a purpose. The design is cool. It's kind of unique. There's really nothing much out there like it. I guess maybe you could say the Bulova Computron, but that has a little bit of a different shape to it. And I do have one of those, and I will be making a video on that soon. But I think this is a cool watch. Nixon, I've owned a few Nixons over the years. And you know, they are what they are. They're a fashion brand, and I hate to say that term because, you know, people like to crap on what they call fashion watches. But what I mean by that is like designer brand watches, like your Guess jeans or your Polos and your Gucci's. I tend to stay away from watches like that. I'm just not a fan of them. But you know, I guess you could say the Nixon falls into that category. But Nixon watches, to me, they're always above those other designer brand watches. I think they make solid pieces for what they are. You know, some of them are gimmicky, some of them are not, some of them are pretty functional. But I think this is a cool watch. If you can find one at a decent price, I mean, you can still find them brand new. They're not hard to get. But you know, if you can find a pre-owned at a decent price, I would say do it. You probably won't regret it. It's a cool piece to own, and who knows, man? They might stop making these one day, and you know, you'll have something unique in your collection. So that's going to conclude this one, guys and girls. I got to get away from the habit of just saying guys. Pretty sure I got women viewing the channel too. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I will see you in my next one. Peace.
Dork!
Hey YouTube, it's your boy Vic NYC82. If you like my videos, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little warning bell so you know every time I put a new video up. Peace.